chair I for my new wedded lord. I'm off with a raggle-taggle gypsies all.
Hello, welcome to Posh Nosh. Last Sunday evening, Jose Luis Hernandez came off his motorbike, swerving to avoid a dog. He was killed instantly. He was 22. He died so that the dog might live.
The blissful cloud of summer indolence benumbed my eyes. My pulse grew less and less. Pain had no sting, and pleasure's wreath no flower. Oh, why did ye not melt, and leave my sense unhaunted quite of all but nothingness?
I think that sums up how we all feel today.
Jose Luis was a very dear friend. I met him first at the Hotel Galicia in Cordoba. A few months later, he moved to England.
He was like family.
He was much, much more than just a tennis coach.
Yes. In times of grief, we turn to the things we love.
Shepherd's pie, steak and kidney pud, apple crumble and custard, nanny food, comfort food.
Death is part of life, of course, and in life it's important to make sure your comfort food is exciting, not just comforting.
Actually, death isn't a part of life, is it? It's a part of death. That's why they call it death.
Point taken. Tell them about the chorizo, darling.
The day before Jose Luis died, he gave me this. His mother had sent it to him from Spain.
I thought it should be buried with him, but then Simon had a much better idea.
Toad in the hole.
Traditionally made with English pork sausages, but why not make it with chorizo instead?
Spanish toad in the hole. Crapos En El Bujo.
It's what Jose Luis would have wanted. So, how to make it? Well, first you'll need to alienate the chorizo. You'll find an electric carving knife in most kitchens these days. But do you really want to be in most kitchens? I don't. The Miliori 220S electrically operated, gravity-feed, anodised aluminium alloy with a 220mm carbon steel blade, voted Slicing Machine of the Year last year in the Super Blade class. Look at that wonderful smooth ride. Those two were out on the court for hours on end. Come rain or shine. I was glad to get them out from under my feet, really. What wine are we having with our Crapos, darling?
One of the loveliest things you can do for a friend is lay down a case of wine for them. This is a Viña Domal Rioja Alta 1980, the year Jose Luis was born. I said to him, we'll drink this together on your 30th birthday. He said by then he'd be old and ugly. Jose Luis would never have been ugly.
And now he'll never be old.
Mahogany bouquet, black coffee mouthfeel, nuances of damp earth, dark, dark, dark.
I like a dark wine. So I'm just tearing the chorizo by hand in a rough sort of Spanish peasanty way, which I think Jose Luis would have liked, being well, actually not a peasant. His father was an oil executive. So there you have it, torn, alienated chorizo. Now let's talk about the lard. Lard makes me think of fat people in the co-op. Perhaps you're one of them. Here's how to make your own lard. To make 25 grams of organic lard, simply roast a 3-kilo joint of organic pepper-blasted organic pork. Disclaim the rendered fat into a bowl, make sure it's impervious, and then air chill overnight in your vaulted cellar. Now that it's been air chilled, look at that lovely stratification. So exonerate your fat and fashion it into a porcelain ramekin. You can get these anywhere. I got this one in a street market in Port-au-Prince. Excite the chorizo in your gourmet lard for around 3.5 minutes. calm the chorizo in space while you make your batter. Now, with Crapos En El Bujo, it's Yorkshire pudding, Spanish style. Olé! Jig 100 grams of organic plain organic flour and a pinch of organic salt into an organic basin.
You're only ever really playing yourself. That's what he taught me.
Thank you, darling. Make a well, swish an egg in, hand splash a little milk.
You can only win if you dare to lose.
Good. Then wire fluff.
Never ever buy something that calls itself a shampoo and conditioner.
Gradually
It won't do either.
No. Gradually waltzing in the rest of the milk until you've got a lovely silk batter. There. What do you think, darling? So, add just a couple of manzanilla olives or two, jamon serrano, gorgeous mountain ham, salchichon, lovely and garlicky. Oops, nearly forgot. Judías verdes, that's green beans in tomato sauce. And finally, a splash of Jerez vinegar.
I can't help liking tennis, you know. That's just the way I am.
Spanish sherry wine vinegar aged in oak cask for 8 Spanish years, which are slightly longer than English years because of the siesta. Swish a soft summer duvet of batter into a terracotta roasting pan aching with gourmet lard. Flourish the chorizo and swish the remaining batter. Aga bake for 30 minutos. Et voilà! Crapos En El Bujo. That toad is well and truly in the hole, just like poor old Jose Luis. Okay to talk about the pudding?
Spotted dick. Get your wife or cook or nanny to make a spotted organic dick in the usual way. Except for the breadcrumbs. Use Irish soda bread.
The result, a quill and tassel classic.
Spotted Mick.
So there you have it. Food to comfort you through those sadder times in life. I bet after you've had some of this, you might even feel like playing tennis again.
I'll never play tennis again.
I think you might. Piers Featon, my husband Simon Marchmont.
How'd you do?
Hello.
I'm sorry to hear about your loss.
Thank you.
Darling, Piers is a tennis pro.
Yeah. I hear you've got a bit of a Rosetsky serve.
When can you start?
Crapos, boys.
Forgive me, of course. Let's eat. Have you ever had Crapos En El Bujo?
No, super. You are lucky to have your own court.
I'm very, very lucky.
Next week on Posh Nosh, oysters in flagranti.
From the Posh Nosh range, Tuscan baby anchovies in woodland berry pulp.